What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Dee. Welcome back to the channel. So I'm back with another reaction video. Now in this video, this woman is talking about how about 500,000 black women are unemployed, and she's saying or trying to use an excuse to say that a lot of these women are unemployed because of racism and because these women were late and they just chose to pick on them, and this is why a lot of them are unemployed.
Oh my God!
Baby, you cannot make this up. I'm gonna play the video, I'm gonna react to it. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hype up the video, share, like, subscribe, and y'all chime in, all right? Let's get into it. Here we go.
The reason why there's over 500,000 black women that are getting laid off and having a hard time finding a job is because these companies no longer want to deal with any more racism and discrimination cases. Now, I worked in HR for over 10 years, and I was actually let go because I took a look at our budget report and saw the pay differential between our white and black employees, and I exposed everything was ultimately let go. Now, being an HR girly, you're well connected with women in HR at different companies, and a lot of us had the same experience. We would receive a lot of discrimination cases from black women in leadership positions. Now, keep in mind, these companies were required to maintain a certain amount of black and brown staff members at one point, and a lot of these women were ending up in management positions. Black women were at the top of their game for a while. But if they began to be a company nuisance, they would do anything to get their ass out of the door. And when I say a company nuisance, that means reporting discrimination, reporting racism. As soon as you do it, there is a target on your back. These companies will hold meetings with the top management and HR and say, hey, this person is becoming a company nuisance. They're affecting the company morale. What can we do to shorten their time with this company? At which point we would go through all the policies, procedures, your performance, the company handbook, and see if there is anything that they can do to get your ass up out of there. Things like you might have been able to be 15 minutes late consistently due to traffic before, but now they on your ass about your punctuality. You might have been able to come into the office with a bonnet every now and then because you're having a bad hair day, and now you out of dress code.
Baby,
Oh my God!
I know you lying. I know you. So what would make you think that it's okay to come into the workplace with a bonnet on, right? I've never known that one job where that was acceptable. So see, this is where the entitlements coming in, because you've able to ascend and get to a great place. Now you start to using this, this mindset like, hey, I could do what I want. Like these people can't fire you when they need to. Like that they won't replace you in a hot second. They start to get this elitist mindset like, I'm on top of the world. You can't tell me, you can't touch me. I'm this, and you think that you can't be replaced. So now you start doing whatever you want to do, thinking that it could fly. There's nowhere on any job that you can come in with a goddamn bonnet on.
Oh my God!
You just can't walk in with a bonnet. You think showing up 15 minutes late to the job, thinking that these people won't fire you, is okay? Where in life is it okay to be 15 minutes late on a consistent basis? And because you've gotten away with it for some time, now you think you run that place and it's all about you. And because you may be good at your job, that they won't replace your ass. And then they show you with the quickness, oh yes, we can.
Oh my God!
And now you crying racism. So this is not an excuse to do what the hell you want on these people's time. So anybody showing up late consistently will eventually, lose their job. That's just what it is. If you thinking that, just because you got a bad hair day, you can show up to work with a bonnet on and these people not going to look at you and start to say, oh no, she going to have to go. That is insane to me. And once again, I said it. It's entitlements. It's entitlements. Period. Let's continue.
We would look for little things to just target you to make it seem like you are not performing well on the job. And obviously, we know that it's retaliation. They know that it's retaliation, but good luck proving that it's retaliation. These companies know that only about 2% of retaliation cases are even going to go anywhere. And before it's all said and done, you're probably going to go broke in lawyer fees and probably just get a really small settlement either way, but you still ain't got no job. And you're not going to get a good referral. They're not going to give you a good referral to another company, actually. Now the DEI is over with and they don't have to hire a certain amount of black and brown people to keep their shareholders happy, discrimination cases are way down. They're able to use their HR staff to focus in on other claims and other cases. If they reduce the amount of black women that they keep in the office, They don't have to deal with the whole angry black woman stereotype. They don't have to deal with the discrimination cases. They don't have to really deal with the racism cases. And I mean, there are some, but it's a way smaller percentage than it was a couple of years ago.
Well, I mean, listen, can you blame them though? Can you blame them? And see, this is the thing where they want everybody black to just okay this and say, oh, you know what, you're right, sis. They're wrong for getting rid of you and this and that. You know, it's always an excuse. It's always an excuse. But I don't think any company would deal with a person who's doing this. And I don't know why black women think that they get a pass. Like you get a pass because you're black, that you could do whatever you want and they're just supposed to accept it. You know, once again, it's straight entitlements. I say it all the time. It's an entitled mindset. This is what you see. A lot of these women who have held offices, even in political offices, getting taken down. You see black women who have been the first to be a part of certain things and in leadership positions. They're being taken down. Why? Because they're doing crazy things. There are a lot of them, they're committing fraud, they're stealing. There's so many cases of certain politicians losing their positions for fraud and for all types of writing bad checks, just doing the most, stealing campaign funds. All across the board, they're being taken down, not just because they're black, but they're doing things to get themselves taken down. Because for some reason they think that once they're in these positions, they can do whatever they want and nobody's going to say anything. And then they can easily cry racism and that's supposed to be upheld. No, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You're not showing great leadership qualities. You were able to get into positions, but you were not able to stay there because you have other issues. And you become even more entitled because you were able to accomplish something, not realizing that people are looking at your behavior and people don't like your behavior. And you can no longer just use the idea of racism or use that to just do what you're doing. And so no, once again, as a black woman, I know that racism exists. And I know there are certain situations where racism claims are valid for sure. But is it always valid? No. And I can't sit here and say that because I know that there are situations where it's not valid, where you mess up and you do things and you just want to use that. And I don't think that that's fair. And this is why they're getting fired. And this is why nobody want to deal with them. And this is why people are acting away, speaking out on it, because it is the entitlements and nobody want to deal with it. Now you can say, oh my God, white folks have been doing this for years and they've been entitled to get, well, you're not white. Okay.
Oh my God.
You're not white. Just because they've been able to get away with it doesn't mean that you are entitled to get away with it too. And why would you want to do the same things that you're complaining is a problem? It's beyond me. So if they do something wrong, now you feel entitled to do the same wrong and get away with it because they got away with it? I thought y'all were bad. I thought you were better. But no, you want to do the same thing that you complain about and want to get mad when you can't get away with it as a black person, and then you want to claim racism. It doesn't make any sense to me, y'all. But listen, I thought this was an interesting topic, and I see this a lot. To expect to wear bonnets in the workplace is asinine. To think that you can constantly be late because in the name of you're in traffic and you don't think that eventually people gonna get tired of that is insanity to me.
Oh my God.
But listen, what do you guys think? Maybe you have a difference of an opinion. Let me know. I want to hear what you think, what you got to say of this whole, video. What's your thoughts on it? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments below. I definitely want to hear from you. So chime in, keep the conversation going, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.